Alright, today we are going to be talking about dividing by fractions. So this is actually easier than it might appear, actually. So it's pretty simple, and it's kind of a couple easy steps. And then you can do it. So step one is flip the numerator and denominator of the second fraction, which is also known as the divisor. The first one is the dividend. And you don't do anything to the first one. The first one stays the same. Second one actually gets flipped. Then you change the division sign into a multiplication sign, and then you multiply as normal. So 3 divided by 2/3 becomes 3 times 3/2. All I did was flip this. It is called the reciprocal when you flip a fraction. So it is the reciprocal is what it's called. But then you just multiply across. Multiply like normal. Since this is a whole number, I'm going to put a 1 here to make it a fraction. 3 times 3 equals 9. 1 times 2 equals 2, which is 9/2. Or, if I were to do it in a mixed number, it would be 4.5, because 2 goes into 9 times 4 times, or 2 goes into 9 4 times with a remainder of 1, so it would be 4.5. The denominator stays the same. Now let's go for when it's two fractions. The 2/3 stays the same. 1/4 gets flipped, and this becomes a multiplication sign, so it becomes 4/1, which is actually equal to just 4, right? Any fraction with 1 in the denominator is just the numerator as a whole number. So 2 times 4 equals 8. 3 times 1 equals 3, so that equals 8/3. Or 2 and 2/3, because 3 goes into 8 2 times with a remainder of 2, and the denominator stays the same, so it would be 2 and 2/3. Now we have 2/5 divided by 7. So what are we going to do here? The 2/5 stays the same. Remember, 7 is just 7/1. So now this becomes multiplication of 1/7, which is 2 times 1 equals 2. 5 times 7 equals 35. So it's just 2/35. 2/5 divided by 7. Now, you could, let's say we're doing something like 12 divided by 2. Technically, we can actually do the same exact thing here, where division becomes multiplying by the reciprocal, and then 12 divided by 2 equals 2 is 2/1, so it becomes 12 times 1/2, right? I just flipped it, and then that would become 12/2, which then actually just equals 12 divided by 2. We've kind of come full circle, which then also equals 6. Okay, so technically it can work with even whole numbers, although it doesn't really accomplish anything if you do it with whole numbers, because you just kind of come full circle to get back to here. But I just wanted to demonstrate that it works that way as well. So this is how you divide by fractions. You should probably just memorize these steps. You don't have to memorize all of the words necessarily. I tried to just type them up in a simple manner, but really you just have to memorize that the division sign turns into a multiplication sign, and the second number gets flipped to the reciprocal, and that's it. Then you just multiply. It's actually quite simple. So yeah, hopefully hopefully that was helpful.